Hey guys, I wanted to jump in here and talk a little bit about the shrimping trip today with Fishman Joe out on the Minorcan Mullet. And I know that a lot of you guys were with us on the live, and that was pretty awesome to have you guys there. But I wanted to take this time to try to just critique a little bit about the trip, if you will, and the experience that I had with Joe on the boat. Together for a little while, and of course, it just kind of worked out for Joe to to be with us after his trip up to Maine. Um, I don't know if you guys could tell, but Joe was a little under the weather. He was pretty hoarse. It's obvious that the trip's taken a toll on him. He's gotten into um, weather changes and that kind of thing. And then that's a long trip, Miami to Maine. That's a pretty good trip for anybody. Um, Guys, thanks everybody for getting in here. Tim, Ryan, Nana, Teresa, good to see you. Of course, Tiger. Hey George, good to see you. But Joe, um, I got to tell you, Joe's probably he's probably the best help I've had on the boat since I had another commercial fisherman, Captain Wayne Dickey, on the boat with us for a trip. It's just something about having somebody on the boat that is experienced and also kind of understand. You kind of have a basic understanding how things are going to happen, things to expect. And Joe was on top of it. Even if he was under the weather a little bit today, I think he had a really good time. He was well prepared, and I know that was probably a new experience for him. But I got to tell you, the guy held his own with very high marks. I was very impressed with what he was able to do, and just come on the boat. And it's a difference when you get comfortable with somebody on the boat that's with you, and you can just kind of sit back and just let him take care of things. And I don't know if you guys were paying attention to that on the video. It got to the point where I didn't even need to come out of the wheelhouse of the boat. Joe was taking care of that. And I didn't tell Joe I was going to go live and do this. I'm going to tell you that. And I see he's jumped in there. Hey, Joe. Yeah, we're talking about you tonight and talking about your trip on the boat today. But as far as that kind of, having somebody with a relatively, and that's a different system. That is a different system from what he's accustomed to being around and working. He jumped right in there like nobody's business, and just was a boss. I got to tell you, and not to mention Pilch. I was a little concerned about. I'd heard Alfred talking about Pilch when there's bait on the boat, and when bait hits the deck and that kind of thing, and he gets a little excited because Pilch has the sense I'm protecting these fish. Didn't have no not a bit of problem. Pilch, I think, kind of enjoyed the trip back. He kind of laid down up at the wheelhouse with me. Um, just super, and I really enjoyed having Pilch on the boat. He, he's a lot of fun, and um, I don't know. He's a boat dog. I don't know how else to explain it. He's got sea legs. Well, I know I'm excited to have you back again, Joe. Anytime you want to come, you just show up and we'll make it happen. Because that was pretty good. Heck, you come back, you just take the boat. I'll fill the boat up, and you just take it. Um, it was an awesome day. And now our first tow was not spectacular, and I blame that on that. That's all my fault. because I was looking out there and I could see a lot of bait on top of the water. I could see a lot of small fish up there, and I kind of knew. I said, we're going to have a lot of stuff, and we did. We had a lot of stuff when we pulled that net. There was so much weight in that net that we pulled the net through the. There's a knot that goes right at the base of the net at the very end of it, and it holds everything in there until you trip it and dump it out. There was so much weight that it pushed the net pushed itself out through the knot. It was I've had that happen maybe one other time, and that's the first time it's happened since we had this setup. But once again, I got to tell you guys, if you're looking for some help on a boat and you have the opportunity to get Joe on, you won't be disappointed because he did a great job. Did a tremendous. Well, I'll tell you, I ended up with 15 pounds, and I think Joe, I filled up. You guys know those little Playmate coolers that has the hinging top on it, the little small ones. I filled one of those up for Joe. I'm going to guess it maybe had 4 or 5 pounds in it. So I'm going to say that we brought home 20 pounds, and then we probably gave 10 or more pounds back to the ocean when the net tripped itself. I don't know what's going on with the audio here. I'm seeing folks are having trouble hearing what's going on. What in the world? We're not muted here. Okay, well, Tiger's saying the audio is coming in good. I don't know what's going on. We're obviously having some issues with some other folks. Maybe it's that internet. Who knows? The internet can do some crazy things. Thanks, John SS. You guys, thanks for being here with us. And I didn't want to take up a lot of time, but I did want to hear what some of you guys thought about Joe's performance today on the boat. And I thought it'd give us a chance to kind of jump in the chat here and kind of talk a little bit about Joe's. Tim, I'm not sure what's going on with the audio. Everybody else is saying they're hearing me without any issues. But yeah, if you can resolve that, that'd be awesome. But I mean, from what you guys saw, and for the most part, the people that are here in the chat, they've seen what I do with the boat, and they've seen some different folks we've had on. What do you guys? How'd you guys think that Joe did? Tiger. Oh no, I'm not sure what happened there with Joe was ready to end that live stream. That was for sure. So I was hoping to leave it on for a little while longer. Yeah, Teresa, I think he did. It was above good. It was great. He had not only if you guys didn't get in early on the chat, we had a little bit of a delay getting out to the fishing grounds because we were heading out and we were looking over and we saw something about a mile or so away from us that we weren't sure what it was. We thought it might have been a boat or something sitting out there. And we ran over to it, and it was a section of a floating dock. And I was having trouble talking to the Coast Guard. Joe kind of took the bull by the horns and sent the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard wanted to text. That's where we are right now in this day and time. You text the Coast Guard with issues, and Joe handled all that. So not only is he good on the deck, he's good with wheelhouse management, and that was pretty awesome. So all that happened today, and that was pretty, just something we saw. I felt needed. That floating dock was kind of it's getting ready to head out our shipping channel, and I just thought the Coast Guard might want to let people know that thing was out there and to be aware of it, because that could have a good chance of ruining your day if you were to run up on that thing. Thanks, Misty. I appreciate that. Um, I gotta tell you, I give a lot of credit to the setup that I have on the boat, to Derek on the food boat. When we all went, when I say all, I'm talking about me and Joe and Alfred, went up to visit with Derek when he was coming to an end of his July live streams that he was doing up there, and I saw his setup and what he was able to do with bringing people live into the chat onto whatever you were doing. I saw the potential, and I wanted to do that. And I think I've been real pleased with it. It's just really neat being able to bring you guys along and being able to kind of get involved with and get you guys kind of wrapped up in what we're doing. Um, and it adds a different element to it to me, and I really like doing it. Yeah, thanks, Teresa. I appreciate that. We've been working on. I'd like to get another camera, kind of set up on the boat. The thing is that I don't have a lot of cameras that are disposable, if you will, and those cameras with the HDMI outputs on them, the ones that I have are a little bit on the expensive side. So it's got to be a special day where I'm not going to get any salt mist up on the camera, so I don't want to damage any of that equipment. Oh, you like the boat setup? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. For what we do with it and the lace we have on the 2120 Parker, I think it works well. Everything's it's easy to handle, and it makes that job, I think so. That works out pretty good. But we got Joe home right after we ended the live. We finished up, got him on and Pilch on the road headed south. I did talk to him on the phone a little bit ago. Hey, Derek. Oh man, I wish you had been here with us. Oh, and I did get him. I don't know if you saw this, Derek, but I did get him to sign my bumper sticker that's on the boat. So I've got his signature on it, and I got to get you to sign it when you get back down here. So if we can make that happen next time you're here, that'll be awesome. But what a great day for us getting a kind of a late start. It was noon when we got away from the dock, and I would have liked to have stayed. Yeah, Derek. I would have liked to have stayed longer and probably made another tow or two, but I really I didn't want Joe to be on the road later than midnight tonight. So hopefully we got him on the road. He'll get home before midnight tonight. That was always in the back of my mind. I didn't want to keep him out on the boat too long. Yeah. I think Joe noticed that the one on the cooler, one that was on the freezer, is no longer there, and I'm not sure if Joe removed it or somebody else did. Joe said he didn't remove it, but you know how things happen. That's right. It's for Joe's bait, of course, Tiger. It's all in the business model. But great day, and I just wanted you guys to understand how what an enjoyable experience it was with me to have Joe on the boat. I don't know if it translated well to the video, but it was pretty awesome. Wouldn't that be something if you get Mariner and Pilch together for a calendar, even a calendar? How about that? Now that's an idea, guys. If that could happen, that would really be pretty special. I know I would want one. A Pilch, and they could kind of alternate months. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, yeah. Tiger, I was worried about the wind when we were looking at, because I pulled it up earlier and we were having some 17-mile-an-hour gusts, which doesn't sound like much, but in a small boat on the open water, that can get that can get nasty. But the wind direction held; it stayed um, out of the northwest, and that helped us because we were kind of like protected behind the island there. So it was not a bad day uh, where we were. I just hate that we lost that first drag. Ugh. Oh well, it happens. It happens. I told Joe tonight we had to give that drag back to King Neptune. He got that one back from us, and that's a small tax to pay. We had to pay the shrimping tax today. John, I wish I could blame that on Joe, but that was all my fault. I should have never towed that long, especially when I saw the uh, fish that were on top of the water, and I thought they were just menhaden pogies, but no, they weren't. No, they weren't. Oh, you're out with part of the Magwood crew today. I don't know if you guys are um, saw any of our trip or video or my videos when we were up in Shim Creek, but the Magwood guys up there, the family's legend in the commercial fishing industry. Um, yeah, that's pretty cool, Derek. Oh wow, well that's an honor. That's pretty cool. Oh, no kidding. So she was with us, but even before Shim Creek. Wow. Well, yeah, we had to do. That's funny, Dennis, because yeah, we had to do something for Joe. Joe didn't want to get the crowd riled up, so we put we put the fish back up on the screen while all that was going, while he was checking the tires on the boat. Man, I enjoy hanging out with you guys. This is a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it half as much as I do when we're able to get together and talk a little bit. Yeah, so we ended up. I ended up with 15 pounds of shrimp plus what Joe took with him back to Miami, and I told Joe we're all expecting to see uh, on his next episode of In the Kitchen or Cooking with Joe or whatever he wants to call it. We want to see some of those. We want to see some of those fresh Georgia shrimp being prepared in some way other than just boiling them. So, Derek, if you're still on here, we got to get Joe. We got to get Joe a good recipe, maybe for some shrimp and grits or something like that, that he can cook up in the kitchen, and we can watch that and kind of enjoy that with him. So I think he'll have a good time doing that. Oh, some of those shrimp we got were huge today. I mean, they weren't all like that, but there were some nice size. There were some really nice size shrimp in there. 8 to 10% of that was just really some monsters. Derek, Joe's attention span like I do, and watching the video, I think that's our recipe for disaster. We're going to have to write him down. Uh, we're going to have to send him some directions. We're going to have to send him some uh, some instructions on what to do. But yeah, I'm sure he'll come up with something, and that's going to be a lot of fun to do. Well, I just wanted to come on here tonight and kind of spend a little bit of time with you guys. That'd be pretty good, Derek. Be careful. Be careful. Oh my goodness. But to be able to come on here and talk a little bit about Joe and my experience with him being on the boat today, it was very pleasant, very nice, and everything went very well. And when all that comes together, and you catch a few shrimp, that's a bonus. It was a great day. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys getting on here with me. I didn't want to take up all your time. I'm sure that there's getting ready to be a Monday night football game coming on, so I'll see I'm late for that. So I want you guys to have a pleasant evening, and as always, I want you guys to stay safe out there. Thanks for joining us.